because for the creators in that world, for the people who actually do put their art out there, who do put, you know, their information, they put their intellectual property, they try to make the connections that I think you can only have through a platform. Like you can only have the level of influence with the amount of people through platforms that allow you to speak trans globally, that allow you to, you know, touch a lot of people at one point. And it's a dual-edged sword, because a lot of the people that you want to try to inform get caught up in the wave of information so much to the point where they're never able to find their footing again. And I think the Kroger example was just one, but there are so many day-to-day instances where I think you find people who just kind of look at you and they speak to you as if you're a Google search engine and not a person, and they interact with other people in the same way you would interact with, you know, a search bar or Instagram comment section, you know. And I think the vernacular that we're taking, when used in certain contexts, only exposes those people to another extent where you can do this thing. And I think you can only do it if you're mindful about it. It would kind of be like when you're in high school and you come up with a new phrase or a new word for the sake of just being funny or trying to be cool. And you do that and you create a saying for like you and your four friends. I think we are in a position where, you know, that phrasing of creating something for you and your friends is now something to where you try to jar the most reaction out of certain people. I think the thing that's trending right now is Quiet on the Creek. Everybody talks about, you know, this phrase that comes from a popular streamer. But I think even in the search for something that's viral, we lose a lot of context, and then we try to reinvent that context that fits something for whatever we want to talk about. Like, it's if I said, that's tough, right? Like, that's tough. That's really hard. That was a hardship for you, right? But I think the verbiage is cool, but I take it and I want to say, oh, that's something that's really, really cool. That's tough, right? You can only do that if you have the context for both of the situations, and then people who have the context for both. But we don't do that. Nobody knows what they're talking about, at least when it comes to that.